Their use would have been okay if it was only for security and sanitation purposes, but because the community had the intention of driving out the religion, the Supreme Court said that the laws were invalid.
And also the church was pretty good about getting rid of their waste, and they used all the stuff that, or a lot of what the animals did. Like.
Okay, so basically what you have here is you have the Santeria faith. Santeria faith believed in animal sacrifice, and they sacrificed animals in order to indoctrinate their priests. The local community did not want the church there, so they passed some laws, as you mentioned, dealing with disposal of the animals, dealing with requiring them to go to a slaughterhouse, dealing with disposal of all of the waste. And what they found in this, the Supreme Court did, was that while these looked like, what kind of laws were these supposed to look like? Something real specific. 4, 3, 2.
Property values.
No, -4. What kind of law was it, Alan?
Was it a valid non-secular policy?
Valid secular policy. 1230 class 1, 2, 3, 4. Valid secular policies where they were trying to regulate religion by using non-religious means. Tell me more now about this.
Because there was no incidents where like the blood splatter or anything like that was involved.
There were no health issues.
We talked about
Okay, Billy mentioned this, and you're right. There were no health issues. This was part of it. What did the court hold that this violated, this particular law?
Their First Amendment rights.
Yeah, which part?
Freedom of religion.
Which part? 4,
3,
3,
2.
2.
Freedom to exercise religion?
Free exercise clauses, exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So animal sacrifices are legal. To your point just a second ago, if they would have passed these laws and there would have been health issues that were there, what happened then, or what would happen then likely?
We would have struck it down.
They actually would have struck it down because then it would have been valid.
I already said that.
So you said that.
But he
I
asked
said
us,
if they
so how
only
we-
done it for those intentions, then the laws would have been valid. But because they did it for the intention of driving out the religion, it
Well,
was invalid.
it wasn't just the fact that they tried to drive it
There
out.
was no cases.
It was also because nothing of that kind
Give
had
us all
happened
4 points
before.
back.
That's right, that's right. Y'all got points. You're not hurting too bad. Anything else you want to add? 4, 3.
Basically, they were just allowed. Well,
You sure you want to say that? Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. Luis, you got your guys, Sarah's group? No? Go ahead. You gave me the last correct answer. Pick me a category, please. And actually, let me get over here. That was civil liberties for 4. Go ahead.
I can't see the screen.
Let's do legislative for 4.
Legislative for 4. List all you can. Your group's got it, so here's your chance. It looks like Teddy's group's got it next. Factors for high rate of incumbency.
If there's a war, or if you are president during war times, then there's a higher chance that you'll get reelected.
If you're a president during wartime, there's a higher chance that you're going to be reelected.
No.
-4.
that's true. How's that not true?
-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was the legislative section. Go ahead. Teddy's group's got it. Sarah, you're next. Go.
Franking privilege, where they get free mail service.
Franking privilege. You get free unlimited mailings for the executive or pardon me, I should say district business to your constituents. Go.
Go ahead.
I was going to say their staff is paid for, both
Sta-
in D.C. and in their home state,
Their staff is paid for. Why is that an advantage?
because they don't have to come up with that money themselves.
How is that an advantage?
And aids in the campaign fundraising, they can put more money towards advertising, and they have.
How is that an advantage
Name
for?
recognition.
Because other people,
Name recognition.
What do you mean other people?
no, other people who are running against that person, they have to fund their own
The
staff.
challengers have to fund their own campaign. That's why it's a big advantage. Bless you. Go.
Name recognition.
What's name recognition?
It's because since they're in office for so long and their name is out there and they have all these privileges and people pay money to them, the interest groups pay them more money because they know they're going to be.
Absolutely.
They're gonna
So
win.
we've got name recognition, and that's what Eddie Murphy used when he got elected in the movie. So we got name recognition, we got franking, we've got the paid staff. Anything else? 4, 3.
Yeah.
Pork barrel funding, where you add, I guess, you have special projects that you bring back to your county or your represented community, so you can bring in extra money through projects that you fund, or like state-funded projects. And
State-funded projects.
I mean,
Well, it's government funded where you put in the things
Then
that
you
you
bring it
resolution, then you bring it back to your district, and it goes in with name recognition.
Okay, the idea behind the pork barrel very simply is this. With pork barrel, indeed, you're taking money from the federal government, sending projects back into the state. It helps enhance your name recognition. Anything else? 3, 2, 1. Your group's got it.
Experience. The longer you said to stay along, or to get along, you have to stay. get along. Something staying. The longer you stay, you get better opportunities.
This is like one of those George Bush gaffes.
Shut up.
Fool me once, shame on you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sarah. Go ahead.
You get better. You get better opportunities on like better committees.
The longer that you're there, actually, and that is true, so you're now in the positive with 1. The longer that you're there, the better committee assignments indeed that you get. So yeah, that is something that's important. Better committee assignments, more things that you can send back to the district. Anything else, y'all have control. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, your group, pick me the next category. Y'all have control of the board. And that was legislative for 4. Go ahead, Sarah's group. Remember, everybody in Sarah's group needs to speak.
We've all spoken.
It's true.
Executive for 2.
Executive for 2? Executive for 2. Executive agreement, privilege, and order. First hand I see. It looks like Teddy, and it looks like Sarah's group's got it next. Go, Teddy.
Executive agreements are with other countries. It's not quite a treaty, but the president can form agreements with other countries where they'll agree to do things with extradition especially.
Okay, executive agreement is when the president negotiates with other countries and it takes the form of a treaty, takes the form of law. Somebody else in the group. Executive privilege. 4.
Can I choose order instead?
Yeah, go ahead.
President will create an order that is the equivalent to a law, usually on things Congress doesn't want to deal with. Executive orders goes to President's term.
Executive order is when the president makes legislation, basically, and again, stuff that the Congress won't touch, takes the effect of law during the course as long as the president is in office. Go ahead, Allie, you got the third one.
Executive privilege is saying that, like, some information is confidential, like, for national security reasons.
Okay, for national security reasons. The idea behind executive privilege is that the executive has the right to withhold information from Congress in order to do, basically, to keep executive communications confidential. Yes?
There's one issue with executive privilege where Nixon tried to do that, but since he didn't say it was for matters of national security, it didn't work out.
That is true. They are really, really going to hate you after this day, Teddy. I think. Everybody except the 11 o'clock class. 4, 3, 2, 1. I think I saw your hand, Alex. Did you want to say something?
Nixon. Yeah,
Okay, go ahead, Luis. You got it. 4.
Executive agreement was when Nixon was forgiven by Carter because the presidential pardon eliminates all the charges against you.
Say again now.
Like if the president forgives you or pardons you,
Yes.
he overrules the charges against you by the Congress or judges.
Does that have anything to do with agreement, order, or privilege?
Agreement.
-2.
Just asking you.
Oh, you're just asking? Okay, no. I'm sorry, that's my bad. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It doesn't have anything to do with that. All right, Teddy's group, you gave me the last correct answer.
Legislature for 5.
Legislature for 5. We have ex post facto. Teddy's group's got it. Sarah's next. Gotta be quick.
Ex post facto laws.
They raise their hand first.
Ex post facto laws are when you make a law that retroactively applies criminally against people.
Okay, a retroactive law is an ex post facto law. So the idea is that if you do something today, but the law was passed tomorrow, they can retroactively hold you guilty of that. Somebody else in the group, bill of attainder, go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is when your guilt or innocence is decided by legislature.
Bill of attainder is when the legislature passes a law declaring your innocence or your guilt without trial. Anything else? 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
With ex post facto, that has to do with like the sexual predator people.
Yes, it did.
And basically, they were saying that if you pass legislation. Hey,
Actually, some of they had their hand came up second.
My bad. That's right. You did have it next. Go ahead.
Give them points.
Yeah, that's all we want.
You told me to give them points. Go ahead, earn the points.
Give them points.
Gotta go, Sarah.
They said what I was going to say.
Go ahead, say it. I didn't say it back.
Sex offenders. About the sex
What about the sex offenders?
They were trying to make people move out of their homes even after the fact that they had already been punished for being a sex offender.
Okay, the sex offender idea is basically if you commit a sex offense crime, then indeed with an ex post facto law, you're going to be punished after the fact. Punished after the fact meaning they're going to force you to move, even though when you were convicted, that was not a law. Go ahead, Brian.